Who should I show my poem to next? What if I don't want to choose any of these options? What if none of these options are appealing? I hate all of them. Hey everybody, Renegade 67 and/or 8 here with some more Let's Doki. It's the week of Doki Hajimeru, yo. We have no choice. We wrote Sonic Force is good. And in doing so, we forced ourselves into the Sayori realm. Rip us. Ellipses? Oh my goodness! This is so good, Renegade! I mean, I agree, but... Dang it! I love it! Especially after yesterday's poem. Yesterday's poem was great, too. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really... I want to put this on my wall. Oh, gosh. Well, it is probably a good idea to spread the good name of how Sonic can be good again. How long are we going to keep that joke going? I don't know. Until Sega makes a good Sonic game. And no, I don't just mean, you know, the team they hired to do Mania for them. I mean Sega themselves. Also, even Mania. I mean, it's mostly just remaking old stuff. Give me a whole Mania game of new stuff. Well, actually, don't give it to me. Give it to other people. I'm not a huge fan of 2D Sonic, but, I don't care if the joke is dead, man. I will keep killing it until it's so dead that it gets banished to the banished zone. Yu-Gi-Oh! Terms. Can I? Also, Shadow Realm! Crossover joke! I'm making a Yu-Gi-Oh! And Sonic reference at the same time. They got trapped in the Shadow Realm. That's not good. All hail Shadow. Can I? Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Liar, I knew exactly what I was doing. The only mistake was choosing terms that you were a fan of. Because I have no idea what I like either. I know what I like. I have a pretty defined sense of what I like personally, but okay. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Which is why I went to them first. I mean, that and I like them more. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know. I don't want you to. When I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a renegade poem. That's almost a joke. And that makes it feel extra special. If there was actually a Renegade's poem, but spelled like with an I, you know, how normal people spell it, not cool people like me, then that would be like the opposite, I think, of the kind of things you like. That would be more of a Natsuki thing, I think. Ish. Like, I can feel your feelings in it. Or alternatively, it could be a Monica thing. Because if she's renegading, she doesn't like the norm that is living in her world, because she seems to keep doing fourth wall poems. Game theory poem. Sari hugs the sheet against her chest. Okay. I don't know if this is more or less weird than hugging a cookie. You're so weird, Sayori. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, it must be a good poem. That's not a terrible logic, but it means you'd be a pretty bad reviewer. Can't be reviewing if you don't know why you review. Weird, the game's spelling it the right way. The game's spelling what the right way? I'm sorry, what? Hold on, history? What are they spelling the right way? I just want to make sure I understand your joke, because I don't want to be left out. It's a renegade. Oh. Oh. I drank the water the wrong way. Hoist by my own water. Oh. Okay. I think I understand the joke, unless it's not the joke you're making. But if it isn't, then that's okay. We all have our own joke. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Unless you want to be super cynical and be like, no, it's all about making money. Yes, monopolize their feelings. Get them to feel things so you can monetize it. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah. Me neither. Oh, gosh. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? No. That's so sweet. Oh. Yeah, right. You're always thinking about other people. Excuse me. Barp. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Uh-oh. Hurt emotionally when you find out that I don't like you. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Happy poems? Okay, I just gotta make the saddest shit ever. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Okay, just gotta make the poems that are the confusingest as possible and don't have any emotions on their sleeve. So what you were like, essentially. Sometimes a little bit of both. Okay, so no happy, no sad. Got it. There's a word for that, right? Icy hot? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet! Honestly, my Sonic Forces rewrite was pretty bittersweet. Damn it. Damn it! Yeah! I like things that are happy and that are sad. Happy and sad? I think Sayori, in some way, knows you don't like her since she's wingmanning Yuri and a little bit of Natsuki. Well, yeah, but like, then why would you, no, 'cause, look, woman, no. Stop it. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. Happy is the first, sad is the second, and both is the third? Sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give that rain cloud a little hug. Oh. What? That seems reversed. Like, usually if I'm sad, I want something happy to cheer me up. But you're saying if you're sad, you want something else sad, so the sad thing can have a companion that's also sad? There is some weird logic in that, but not really with a poem. I mean, maybe another person who's sad you could relate to while being sad, but a poem's not a... Poems aren't fish. They're food, they're not friends. They're not people. Nemo joke aborted. They're not people. Make a nice, happy rainbow. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better expressing my feelings after all. Feelings, yeah! A sad poem can help you understand your own negative feelings better. No, man, escapism for the win. When I'm sad, I just want jokes. That's how I get less sad. Jokes. Just hit me in the face with as many jokes as possible. I actually have better time understanding my negative feelings when I'm not feeling those negative feelings. When I am feeling those negative feelings, I'm blinded by negativity and don't think about it usually. Thanks, Renegade! Of course, everyone deals with feelings differently. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Oh god. Battles. Battles? Fight this! I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. Uh-oh. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Ah, that's like cute or something. Little balls of sunshine. All rubbing, dab! Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. Uh-huh. So far, it's just happy. I reach inside, unless you want to take it literally that she cut open her head, in which case that's not very happy, but she seems to be talking about dreams metaphorically. That's actually kind of deep for her. She's actually talking metaphorically. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. What? How many bottles you got? Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a straight to make amends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Huh. Ooh. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a little bottle to save the day. Okay. Wait, your friends aren't the bottles, though. At first I thought the bottles were the friends. No. So the bottles aren't the friends. Bottles are food, not fish. What? I forget the Nemo reference. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Night after night, more dreams. Friends after friends, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Ooh, getting to the gooey part of the brain. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Explore every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Edgeworth mood. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. Ooh, that rhymed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. I'm a sucker for rhymes, I'm gonna be honest. More like rhymes. Finally, all day, I open up and in comes my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after... Where'd the rhymes go? There's no more rhymes. There's no more rhymes. There used to be rhymes. Rhymes are dead. Poem is 1 out of 10. It abandoned its rhymes. Gotta drink some water. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. Oh no! They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I do is echo, 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 echo inside my head. That got dark at the end. From all enemies and games I've watched, the only opinion I have of escapism from them is it's bad. Look, you know, man, they like to tout that trope of, oh, escapism's bad, ah! But, like, not always. Sometimes it is the good. Sometimes it's not always bad. A trope is not inherently bad. A man is not evil. Wasn't very happy thoughts. Yeah, it started happy and got bad at the end. Gosh. So, like, she had dreams in her head. There was sunshines and rainbows and kittens in her head. And she pulled them out. And she wanted to give the goodness to her friends. But they shattered. Because by taking the goodness out of herself and trying to give the goodness to other people, she's screwing with herself. Maybe it's a message that you can't try to force your happiness on other people. They need their own happiness. If you try to use your own happiness on them, your happiness is going to shatter possibly and get boiled into their negativity, and you're going to get negative anyways. I have a friend who's very similar like this, who seems to do everything for her friends at the cost of her own emotions. Yeah, I like this poem, but it's almost like too smart. It's like, I feel like she's not smart enough to realize that yes, she's like this, but I guess she is, in which case, hey, not a bad poem. You went up a little bit in my book, Sayuri. You're still worst girl, but I like the poem. Holy crap! Sir, did you really write this? Exactly. Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Oh, were you serious? I mean, yeah, but... Oh, that's right, because of the whole Natsuki and Yuri thing, where they were fighting, and you didn't like that they were fighting, and you wanted to show your friends to be good and stuff, or did that have to do with it? I don't know. I don't know if it had to do with it. Memories. You're the person Natsuki hates. Look, okay, judging people on appearances. Okay, I'm not judging them on appearances, alright? I'm judging them on stereotypes, which is valid. They exist for a reason, and I'm not... Okay, look, I'm not going to fully judge them. I'm only gonna... Everyone inherently... maybe not everyone, maybe I am... A lot of people when they see people, at some point, at some level in their brain, they're like, wait, stereotype, this person might be like X. That doesn't mean you want to follow through on that and automatically assume they are like X, but statistically, they're more likely to be like X because the stereotype exists for a reason. Anyways, though, yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. Oh, Monica taught you a whole lot. Oh no, this is bad. Because they're the two. No, because we already have Monica. No, sorry, Yuri and Natsuki are gonna fusion dance, right? Because they have the same hair color and eye color, and when they fusion dance, they'll get two different hair colors and eye colors. But Sayori and Monica have to already be fused people. If you try to fuse two fusions, it's all kind of weird. You wouldn't want to try fusing Gotenks with Gogeta, I think. I still have not seen Dragon Ball Super. I should at some point. They actually finished. I did not know that. I thought it was just, I mean, to be fair, Dragon Ball Z, honestly, especially if you go to the manga pace, isn't that long. Comparatively to things like One Piece and Naruto. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. Uh-oh. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Uh-oh. I agree. Creepy? Uh-huh. I normally don't like you, but now that you're doing something that's likable, that's creepy, because you're not supposed to be likable. Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being awkward. I mean, cheerful. I mean, unlikable. I mean, Saria's fusion is one person who's really happy and airhead, and then there's the other person who likes sad shit and is good at writing. Wow, you know what? That makes some amount of sense. That does make some amount of sense. So I guess in that case, Monica's fusion would be someone who is content living in this world and actually likes it. And then the other person is someone who sees the fourth wall and wants to break out, based on her poems. Never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. Thought you're such a dumb thinker, Renegade. You're nothing like Renegade 67 and or 8. You're just anime Renegade. You're not the real Renegade. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. MC Kut is the most honest person on earth. Such a dick move in universe. You're getting into your own emotions and learning more about herself. But fuck, that's creepy. I mean, I agree though, but yeah. Oh no. Oh, you guys are shitting on him for acting like that, but I kind of agree. Look, man, I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but it is creepy and something to be thought of, especially if you're a big thonker. Now, he's not a big thonker, which is like he's abandoning that line of thought. I'm a big thonker, though, so I'm gonna thonk about it. Now, it could be that this is just a good character development moment, but it could be, especially considering that I know that this is a visual novel and some sort of gamey thing, that this is gonna be leading into some gamey moment where game things happen, and it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's a plot twist. Because this is a game. Therefore, Sayori, evil mastermind. Didn't I have a thought about that? Like, Sayori's the evil mastermind, and Monica's gonna be the one to save everything because she sees the fourth wall, so she warns me, Renegade, that Sayori's gonna do an evil thing because she's losing control of her two personalities. It's fine you thinking that because you're not childhood friends. You're a third-person POV who barely knows her. I suppose that's fair. It's true. I, Renegade 67/8, do not like her, and I don't know her very well. Whereas in-universe Renegade knows her very well and is friends with her, so that's very fair. You're making a very fair point, Wiseful. You're right, I'm allowed to be a dick, but you're not in-universe Renegade. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Is that good or bad? Writing is like magic. Thinking emoji. Thinking emoji. Writing is like magic. That means maybe writing literally is magic. Foreshadowing. Writing is magic in this universe. This is like Death Note, but even stronger, where writing can do more than just kill people. It can do everything. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Wasn't there an episode of SpongeBob like that? Writing is friendship. Friendship is magic, right? That's what I was thinking of, but I couldn't put into words. Oh yeah, there was like a freaking, gosh, have you guys seen the anime SpongeBob thing? Where it's SpongeBob but anime. I checked that out recently. It's a compilation of opens and ending, and it's freaking great. And it reminded me of the SpongeBob episode where he wrote things and ended up writing a fake SpongeBob. And fake SpongeBob, spoilers for SpongeBob if you care, by the way. Fake SpongeBob came to life and was evil a bit, and like I think they had to use an eraser as well. It was really crazy. I remember really liking that episode of SpongeBob, but you know. Them Bobby Sponges. Yeah! Writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Okay. I feel like that's slightly death flaggish. SpongeBob spoilers. Oh no. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. The best SpongeBob villain ever. Yeah, am I right? Okay, this is interesting. I'm gonna keep writing till I die, and don't get ahead of yourself. And earlier she was saying how she was digging into her head, and she was going further and further. Maybe these are death flags, and I mean, they are death flags, but maybe these are legitimate, and are leading up to her getting, like, beheaded or something. I don't know, this game had a warning, you know, it made a big deal of like, hey, this game looks cute and stuff, but it's actually kind of bad and stuff, so I wouldn't be too surprised. Sora always has a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping in no more than a week later. Yeah, this SpongeBob. Just being that she's so passionate about writing that she'll keep writing for the rest of her life. And what if that life is very short? I wonder if this is one of those times. Also, you know, to be fair, if you live a really long life, like if you live until you're like 127, you probably stopped having the ability to properly write like way before that. You probably are in an old home, and I don't know, I've had thoughts. I have weird thoughts sometimes about it probably might be better to just die at like 80. I don't know, dark thoughts, because you live to like 100, you're probably just gonna end up in an old home, an old folks home where you don't even have much of your own thought. And what if you like, and there's all these diseases you get as an old person. I don't know, awkward thoughts. I watched, what was it? There was that one movie. I forget what it was, but I watched it in school for some reason at some point, where it was like a guy and he had a friend, an old woman, I think, and she talked about how the perfect age to die was X, and then she ended up killing herself when she turned X. I forget what the age was, but like at the time it was really dark when I watched it, but like thinking about it now, I'm like, that makes a certain weird amount of sense. Because by the time you realize that, oh shoot, I should probably, you know, off myself before things get too bad, you might not have the cognition to think that anymore, and that might be when things get too bad. I don't know, dark thoughts. Old people. Will you be there surprised? 4 surprised. 12 surprised. She sounds fucked up. Yeah, the movie made it seem kind of dark, but like, she was a fun person. She just said, you know, that's the optimal age. If you die before that, it's sad. But living longer than that is sad too, was the mentality. I think it was like 85 was the age? I forget exactly. I wonder if this is one of those times. Oh, don't put up my death flags? Gosh, Renegade 68. Death at 68 or 67? Nah. Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Death at 69, that would be the perfectly sexual age. Although, anyways. Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone. Let's get back to happy thoughts. No more talking about old age and... everyone here is a cute anime waifu. Nobody here is over the age of 17? 19. No, we have to be legal for sexual fantasies. No, but it's high school, so we are probably not legal. I don't know. Let's just pretend everyone's 18. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Festival? Oh shoot, it's gonna be a big anime festival. Do we get a swimsuit episode? Sort of. We sort of get a swimsuit episode. The whole game is a swimsuit episode. The whole game is just, I mean, look. You just look at the cleavage. It doesn't matter if you can't see what's underneath it. It's all about the imagination. It feels like, what, Monika's 18, Yuri's 18, Natsuki 16, Sayori 17? Based on their height, but that in itself is stereotyping. People can be short or tall for their age. So, Monika definitely does feel like the oldest. But although Yuri I could see as being someone who's not quite that old, I could see it being Monika 18, Yuri Natsuki 17, and then Sayori 16. Do we really do something for the, do we really have to do something for the festival? I think it's required of all clubs. So that's when we can do a maid cafe, a written maid cafe. It's perfect. Oh yeah, of course. We gotta have a swimming episode and a hot spring episode back to back. That's the way Oran High School Host Club did. It's not like we can put together anything in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I mean, it's not fun if they just come in to laugh at literature. We should be proud of our literature. Thinking MC-kun is anywhere near the Chad levels of you. MC-kun can, as long as I name MC-kun. As long as there's a will, there's a way. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. A few decorations. How many is few? I hate the term few. Few is too vague. Few has to mean at least 3, because if it was 2, you just say a couple. However, at what point is few not few anymore? Once you get to 10, is that still few? It's all relative. I hate relativities. Be specific, woman! I can't handle relativities. Sari has been working on posters, and I've decided some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. Wait, did you say I'm giving them that? Hold on. Sari's been working on posters. I've designed some pamphlets. Oh, we can give out. Feels like I'd be the one giving it out. Is the way blocked off? Oh, duh. No. Well, we're in high school, so it should be blocked off. If we're talking about the same thing, I have a sexual mind, so I apologize if I'm going sexual when you're not, but... Wait till they're 18 to not block it off. String theory instead. Wait, what? I'm so confused. It's okay, everything's sexual. Strings are sexual. You can use strings in sexualness. You can use theories for sexual. You can theorize about... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Why am I sorry? Don't be sorry, B. Sexual. There was a joke in there, but I wasn't smart enough on the fly to think of it. That's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. Huh? We're going to be performing. Oh no. Oh gosh. Does this game have voice acting? Performing? Performing like, huh? Or do you mean like reciting our poems? Or are we going to be like in a band all of a sudden? A literature band? Puh! Monika! We're going to have a poetry performance. Okay. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. You mean of the ones we've already written ourselves? Is that what's going to lock us on to our route of choice? Don't worry, be happy. Do. Oh, that fish. Oh, that fish. Yeah, exactly, the fish. The cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite a poem too. Oh no, this sounds like the awkward moment where a sixth character makes their presence known and screws up the whole fivesome we've had going on. Sari's putting on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. More head flash forward heads, more head flags. Head flags. Make sure you quit while you're ahead. I liked the Inspector Gadget movie. I know it was corny, but I liked it. I enjoyed the kid jokes. It probably helps that I watched it when I was a kid. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. It also helps that I probably was not familiar with the source material when I watched the Inspector Gadget movie. The evil Green Ranger, exactly. Sayori, who's coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Yeah, that's right, Natsuki. You're gonna have to show your Dare I side to the whole world. Uh-oh. Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. I mean, it is, but it isn't, because I'm Dare, but I'm also Sun, but I'm also Dare. It's not a bad idea. I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. Ooh. People give me cooties. I'll only perform in front of Renegade Senpai Sama Sun Sama Kukun. Kun Desyo. What? I agree with Natsuki. I mean, yeah, she's the tsundere who would get all blushy, Natsuki is, and then Yuri is just shy in general. However, Sayori would be all about it, and Monica too, so, oh shoot, we're going halfsies. I think I'll have to side with the Natsuki Yuri half. Although then again, the Monica half has Monica. Tough decision. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Oh shoot, maybe that's a death flag for Yuri too. Maybe everyone's gonna die. Because, like, I could never in my life do something like, so you'll have to die. Everything's a death flag. I'm like the opposite of the majority when I... good at public speaking, but doing shit in front of friends is where I fall apart. You see, I'm generally... I don't know, it depends. If I'm, like, acting, like, if I recite something and I'm going to act it as part of the play, I don't worry about it at all. I'm not shy at all. And I think there's this idea that it's not myself, and therefore there's nothing to be... I think what it comes down to is, I'm not embarrassed about acting as someone who's not myself. Other people have done that too. Clearly, people like this other person. That's why that's why it's in some play or something. It's not me. I don't have to be embarrassed about it because it's not me. Maybe that's part of the mindset. I do get sort of shy around people in general. With my close friends, I'm fine. But with people I don't know very well or at all, I'm like, a lot of the time. Unless they're anonymous people on the internet. No, I'm just kidding. I know all of you extremely well. Like, Anonymous, you're such a funny name that is a spin on Anonymous. That's such a funny joke. I know all of your character right from that. And Wise Fool of Death? Well, gosh, that name just says it all, doesn't it? But, yeah, so if I'm with close friends or if I'm acting, I'm generally fine. Or if I'm online and don't have to see them face to face, I think. But, with people I don't know very well in person, that's when I get all kind of... Used to doing improv in front of a lot of people and making fun of myself. Yeah, I can do that too. I can also do improv. But like when I feel like when I'm doing improv in front of people, I'm doing the act of improvising and I feel like I'm distancing myself from myself. It's when I talk as myself, when I'm not acting, that it's kind of, you know, and I want to be myself, but when I'm myself, I'm like, do I deserve to be myself? Am I good enough to be myself? Am I good enough to be all of me? I've got layers. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear, I say with a voice, though I don't need, because this is Renegade's voice. We're renegading as usual. That's on my Discord. Because they let you say a thing in your Discord now, I say that I'm renegading as usual. Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until... just a couple of days ago. Oh gosh, this would be a big jump, but sometimes you gotta make these big jumps. It seems like Sayori and Monica are similar in that route because Sayori made the big jump of forcing me into the club without my consent, and then Monica, and to a lesser extent Sayori, seems to be making the jump to force everyone else to show poems to everyone even if they're not comfortable, which can be good to a point. It's good to get people out of their comfort zones to a point. At a certain point, you're going too far with shy people, and you just need to give them some space. But if you give them too much space, then they'll just stay in their shy cocoon forever, which is also a bad thing. It's nuanced, and it takes practice to understand how much is the right amount, and it really also depends from the person to person. But anyways, it's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. You say with your eyes closed. Oh gosh, I'm not used to you with your eyes closed. Now almost everyone has their eyes closed. The only one with their eyes open is Sayori. That's foreshadowing that blue is the color of the sky, which means absolutely nothing, but I felt like pointing it out. So I'm sorry. Natsuki grumbles. That's the tsundere pose. But, yes please, spell it with one more T, please. I still feel like we should give it our best. Okay. I mean, you forced us all into it, and you're going to apologize for forcing us all into it, but you still think we should do it now that we're into it. That's not a terrible motivational speech. Yeah, just quietly skip over the part where you could undo it, but you're not going to bother because you've already done it, and you don't want to hurt your reputation, but really you also want them to actually act out, and so you're going to hide the fact that this is you being kind of dirty because you said your apology. I see you being crafty, and I respect it, I think. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, it'll inspire others to do the same. For literature or for their own clubs? I mean, both are good, I guess. Although for the purposes of this visual novel, I don't think we're going to really get to know anyone personally unless they're actually, join this particular club, but meh. And the more people perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! Ooh! We're on this together. Yes, we are. I made a joke at some point that once per Let's Play series, I have to make that joke. And I don't know why. I just always do. I always go back to it. I only saw that movie like once. And yeah, it stuck with me. I mean, props to the song, I guess, for staying in my head. Responsible for the fate of the universe. I thought the movie was okay. Nothing special, but that one song... it freaking stuck with me. Anyways. It's about expressing your feelings. Responsible for the fate of the universe. Triggered fate. Being intimate with yourself, or with each other, or with yourself. Yuri being Yuri with herself. Finding new horizons. Hey, that's why their eyes are blue. If your eyes are blue and or green, it's about looking out and seeing the new horizons. Or something. No, green is seeing pastures. Right, Sonic's eyes are green because he's seeing the pastures that he's going to run across. Tails' eyes are blue because he's looking to the sky. He said the F word. I did say the F word. I said the fate word. I'm sorry. Someone call the fate police. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mean to say and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? I mean, you said a lot of things, and I don't know if I agree or not. There was a lot of big words in there, but you're pretty, so I'll say sure, I agree. Blue could represent hope, and showing that Sayori is like the most optimistic person in this club. Interesting. I guess it could. I mean, yeah, blue is hopeful. I think blue is more hopeful and optimistic in general. Green tends to be more, it depends. Usually more leveled, more neutral. Sonic the Hedgehog, what you see is what you get. A bunch of internet memes. To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. I know you do. Wait, I know who do? Who do? Me do? You do? Me do? Okay, we do. I know we all do. Oh, we all do. Okay, that's better grammarish than I did the grammars. If all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, we gotta write a 2-minute poem? What if it's super short? Do we have to say it over and over and over? Then I know you can do it. Lipsies. Lipsies. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. Uh-oh. I guess that leaves me no choice than to what? Say that you'll read everyone's poems for them? I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. Oh, shoot. And he's the noob. If he agrees, that peer pressures the other people into agreeing. Is that you being smart? I think so, because he just inner monologued that this was all part of his plan. I mean, he didn't quite say that, but he implied it. I guess it leaves me no choice. As if he's the evil mastermind. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members, and I am one of those new members. Yeah, sure, I stayed for the femalation, but over time I've learned to like the poems, like that Sonic Forces rewrite I wish I didn't do. I do enjoy cake, as long as it's not a lie. Which it wasn't. The meme is a lie. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. The least we can do is lease their homes for them. We can lease their poems. Well, maybe, but like, still, I'm a tsundere, so I have to be like, no, gosh, baka. Ellipses. Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Maybe she has some arguments, right? Okay. Ooh. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get this over with. We'll just do it and get it over with. Don't have that attitude. If you just want to do it and get it over with, you'll churn out a Sonic Forces. I mean, what? How many times do I have to reference that in this Doki visual novel? I don't know. It's on my mind, okay? Sonic's been on my mind a lot lately, alright? It's just, gosh. Look, man, women, people, audience, children who aren't watching, or are from the past, future, because everyone is a future child. No, past child? You choose. Alright! Foo. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Ellipses. Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Because they all said yes. Peer pressure! Peer pressure! I think this is one example of using peer pressure for good. I think it can be used for good in cases like this. Again, there's going too far, but hopefully this isn't going too far. Hopefully. For Natsuki, I'm not too surprised that she is okay with it ultimately. She's just being tsundere, but I think Yuri's the one who actually has more of a problem with it. I guess I don't really have a choice. I mean, you do. Saying you don't is very much peer pressure, and that's the point of peer pressure, but I choose Pikachu. Oh, yeah? You can choose Pikachu, Amonimus. I'll choose Eevee every time, because at least that way I can choose if I want a Jolteon who's just better than Pikachu anyway. What? Fighting words. Or I can choose one of the other types if I prefer a type that isn't electric. Like, I could choose fire, or water, or dark, or psychic, or ice, or grass. Or ghost or dragons, which should exist and should have existed. This is Gen 8. There's been new evolutions in every generation that's even, because it's Eevee-in. It makes sense. It's funny. But there wasn't any for Gen 8 to my understanding, which is why it's the worst Pokemon generation, of course. Ignoring everything else, there was no new evolutions, therefore worst generation. Where's my ghost evolution and dragon evolution? They have to happen. I don't believe in fairies. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. I mean, Natsuki seems more ooh-woo, I don't want to look like an idiot, while Yuri seems to have actual anxiety. Yeah, I can get that. That seems to be kind of a tsundere thing to be like, I don't want to look like an idiot. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh my god, why is everybody suddenly doing death flags? Or at the very least, Sayori and Yuri are. Wait a second, that's interesting. Sayori and Yuri are giving death flags. And Sayori and Yuri are the two that I've done things of so far. Like, I did a poem that Yuri liked a lot, and I did a poem that Sayori liked a lot, and yet Natsuki doesn't seem to be giving any death flags, and I didn't do a poem that Natsuki likes yet. Does that mean, oh, that's dark? Everybody who is it going to be that everybody who I do a poem that people like is going to die? And only the people that I do poems for, so it's like reverse. Like, you think you're getting with the women, but you're actually killing them? Oh, no. Well, if I like Natsuki, then I should not do a poem that she likes, because that might kill her. But just to be safe, I should do a poem that Yuri likes? Because if it doesn't kill them, then Yuri's my favorite. I wouldn't want to do a poem for Sayori, only for the game to be like, yes, Sayori is the best, and doesn't kill her. But if it's going to kill them anyways, then Yuri and Sayori are probably already both doomed to death. But what if by making whoever I like the most the person that does get doomed to death, and the only reason Sayori and Yuri are both bringing it up is because they're the both ones who I've done poems before, so they both have the possibility of being the dead. Then if I did it on Yuri, then Yuri would die, which sucks, but Natsuki would live, so I would get Natsuki. Whereas if I did Sayori, I might be forced into getting Sayori, and nobody wants that, and by nobody I mean, I do not. I am the one that does not want it. Therefore, practically speaking, if your theory is correct, then is Monica immune to this poem death thing? Possibly. You know, she's the endgame. Like, we're gonna be in the endgame now. And I don't know, like, gosh, maybe, yeah, maybe, because of fourth walls. Like, she is the one who reaches out to the fourth wall and tries to save them or warn them, or maybe she kills them? I don't know. This could go a couple of ways. It's Death Note, but with poems. I mean, yeah. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh, gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. Or will she? Why are you looking away awkwardly? It almost like you're looking away like you know. And almost like you know. Maybe Monika's evil. Is she see the fourth wall good or see the fourth wall evil? Is she Vision or is she, Ultron? That's the one. It was in the title of the movie and I forgot. I like Age of Ultron, by the way. I know people are like, it's the awkward middleman, but I'm like, I honestly liked it more than the first Avengers. I know people are like, no, it's not great because it's just the same thing as the first Avengers, but better. Yeah, but it's the same thing but better. And I don't know. I'm like, yeah, sure, it was creative and original when they did it the first time, but I don't know. If they did it better the second time, in my opinion, then they did it better the second time. And of course, not everyone thinks that. Some people are just like, no, the first one's just better. And I'm like, okay, agree to disagree, good sir. You'll be fine, Yuri. Deja vu. Feels like I've been in this place before. Which place? I'm sorry. With poems or with talking about Avengers? Oh, we've been down the Marvel rabbit hole in Fate. This is the first time in Doki, though. Therefore, it's a new plot hole for a new audience. Except for you, Wise Fool, because you're the same audience. And Tom's Tom is the same audience. And the Villain Behind Glasses, I believe, is also the same audience. But Amonimus has not been watching my Fate streams. Therefore, there's a new audience. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Wait a second. Now, of the first two we've done, I want each of you to choose a poem. So do I have to choose one of my first two? Oh gosh, then I choose the Yuri poem, right? I guess. Ugh. Monica! This is too sudden. If you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Good point. How do you expect to do it in front of the fourth wall? Maybe that's why Monica's so confident in reciting her poem in front of other people, because she knows this is being streamed on Twitch, and she knows that there's a bunch of people watching it anyways. I mean, a bunch. A few. And then there's going to be more views on YouTube, so... How do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a lot more comfortable. Okay, so is this one of your poems you've already done? Can I go next? Of course. Oh, and the Natsuki face all of a sudden. It's like the realization set in. Oh no, I actually don't like this. Now let's see. That's right, I'm playing the DD. I'm playing double D, and then there's also LC, but this time double D is, well, it's kind of appropriate. Doki Doki means heart throbbing, but like it could be Doki Doki, it could be double D as in, you know, the D size of the boobs, which is the reason it's called High School DxD. High School DxD Club. And that's also kind of accurate because they're in a club in that anime. Therefore, they're basically the same thing. Let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. Oh gosh, podium time. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Okay, I think this is a new poem. I guess we'll find out. Ahem. Oh geez. Oh gosh, The Way They Fly. What's the lyric from the One Case Closed opening that I was practicing? It's, Hiro isekai tobi dashite yuku. Yeah, because Tobi is flying. Tobi dashite is flying out, and Yuku is towards. Therefore, we're gonna Tobi. Everyone's got to be Tobi from Naruto if they want to fly. I think technically it's not Tobi. Or is it Tobi? Is Tobi a conjugation? That's what I really got to practice. I really got to get off my butt and learn to practice the conjugations. Anyways, Japanese. Ahem. Whales can't fly. Well, wait, is that a joke? Are you calling Tobi fat? Rude. Fight me. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. Or are you calling all these females fat? Because that's especially rude. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. Oh, really? Can we get that through in voice acting, or just have to assume you're telling the truth? This is actually one thing where voice acting would probably hamper the experience. Lines like this. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. And more than that, her inflection is pristine. Lines like this belay the need for voice acting. And I remember 999 has a lot of, okay, tangent, 999 has a lot of dialogue like this, where it talks about the way the person is talking, which is fine because 999 doesn't have voice acting, unless you play the remake, and it does. But they didn't bother removing a lot of those lines. So they're so superfluous, because they tell you how they're going to speak. In fact, it's worse than superfluous. They're contradictory, because the lines will say how the person speaks, and then when they actually speak with the voice acting, it's not at all like what the line said. It's a big problem with the 999 remake. But anyways, yeah, so voice acting, and also how to do a visual novel when you don't have voice acting, and how to properly adapt it when you suddenly include voice acting in the remake, which the 999 remake did not do well. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. And I can visualize this. And this is the kind of thing that gets broken if she does a voice and doesn't do it exactly the way I'm thinking it would be. Then again, though, if there were going to be voices, you just wouldn't bother including lines like this and would let the listener or viewer or whatever you want to call it, player, interpret how they speak it based on how they actually speak it, not on the text that's on display. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I mean, Monica is like the best at everything, right? She is the leader of the club and does always know when someone will like the poems the most. So, I mean, probably both. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Well, then I guess I should do the same. What color is Renegade's eyes? I mean, legitimately, they're like blue. So, my eye color is actually... I think they're a bit of a darker blue, though. I haven't checked in a while. They're blue something. I think they're dark blue, so I don't think they're quite the same as Sayori's eyes, but, Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed, of course. She's looking up to her idol. Well, I think she's all of our idols to some extent. Except for, Natsuki, who maybe has a crush, based on earlier stuff. Monica just seems very omnicompetent, with her only flaw so far having some type of confidence issues. Maybe because she's unconfident, because she doesn't know if she can live up to the standards of Beyond the Fourth Wall. Speaking of which, is this particular poem, are we going to get to hear it? Is it breaking the fourth wall as well? Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Because she's mesmerized by how good it is. And she's like, I gotta recite poems like that. Oh! Finally, Monica finishes the... recitation. Interesting. That's extremely interesting. So, everyone has their eyes on Monica. He commented on Sayori. He commented on Yuri. He did not comment on Natsuki, because I've not done a poem that Natsuki especially likes yet. This is seeming more and more like where this matters. I feel like the dots are connected. Otherwise, it's too many coincidences. It could be. Unlikely, though. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. It was a great example. I loved it. It was amazing. I can just assume it was amazing off screen. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? Oh, we don't actually get to hear the poem. I guess we can assume that it was fourth wall breaking. The title had to do with flying. Maybe it was that the way they fly. Maybe the way that people in the real world fly by being three-dimensional. Because in the visual novel world, you're all two-dimensional sprites. You ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, shoot, Yuri. She was super inspired. You've heard better. How dare you, Tom's Tom? Didn't you read the text? She did a great job. How dare you not believe the text? Believe what you've been told, damn it. Ooh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. Uh-oh. You can do it, Yuri. Oh, sorry. I thought for a second the poem was called You Can Do It, Yuri. That would have been funny. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Okay, that sounds more like a Yuri poem. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Aw, that's cute. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. That Monica inspiration. Inspirational speech, leader feat, heroic leader feat, D&D terms. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? Because she wants to impress Monica-senpai, or she wants to impress Renegade-kun. As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. Oh, shoot. She gets with the flow? She's in the flow. That's right, just picture everyone else naked. Zone out everyone else. It's just you and me. And you can just picture me naked. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Exactly. Don't worry about everyone else out there on stage. There'll probably be obnoxious camera lights. Honestly, when you're acting a lot of the time, if it's on stage, there'll just be camera lights zooming down on you. So a lot of the time, you can't even see the audience very well. And when you're acting not for stage, there's generally not many people looking at you. I mean, people will look at you in the future, but I mean, that's future you's worry. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. That's right, strong, independent woman who I want to waifu. So, she can be strong, independent, but also be, with me despite being independent. That's acceptable. Gosh. The poem is full of twists and turns. Yes, that's right, plot twists, my kind of poem. In a structure, it's structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. Oh, I can feel it. I can just feel the voice acting that isn't there. It's perfect. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Les shock! Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. Nice. It's up to me to save this situation. Ooh, you're really taking charge. Where Yuri and Sayuri are concerned now, I suppose? I'm the first to start applauding. Yay! Round of applause. Oh, I bumped my microphone. I'm so sorry. Don't do a round of applause like that anymore. Elbows. Rip elbows. No more round. I'll do a mini round. Just mini round. Without moving my elbows too much. Motivated Yuri over Monica poem level? Maybe, I guess. Gosh, I don't know. I really liked Monica's. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, Yuri's was great. It had a lot of plot twists and turns, but Monica's hit me on a deep sensual level. So it's hard to beat Monica's, I think. We'll see. I'll have to hear the rest. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her. How do you know what they thought? How do you know the thoughts of others that aren't yourself? Unless you're theorizing like me. Even then, it's just a guess. It's just a theory. It's just a game theory, not a game fact. Then again, for you, it wouldn't be a game theory. In universe, it wouldn't be a game, unless it is, because if they're breaking the fourth wall, then I guess in universe it might be a game. That's awkward. We were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. Would you stop it, Tom's Tom, and your shenanigans? Gosh, you really hate those poems after all the love and care that went into them and reciting them, and all the confidence they exuded when they spoke those lines, and the plot twists in Yuri's poem. Like, those were some of the best twists I've heard in years, honestly. Like, honestly, modern media is trash compared to Yuri's plot twists. Everyone else is just is doing a B- at best. That's at best. Code Geass, Death Note, C+. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Ellipses. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm proud of you, Yuri. You did a good job. I guess I'm next then. Oh no. Oh no. Sayuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. I've heard better than those as well. Then Death Note and Code Geass, how dare you? Those are fighting words. I mean, to be fair, I'm also, well, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y. Sari hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sounds like shit. I'm sorry, what? This is the one I'm gonna dislike. What? You're not even reciting the poem, you're just laughing. Sorry, I giggled. I guess you're suddenly you're the one who's worst at it, despite seeming the most okay with it. I guess that's how it is, though, a lot of the time. People that are shy, generally when they get into the situation, if they're gonna panic, they just would panic and run out of the room. They wouldn't really giggle, I don't think. It depends. You seemed more open, but maybe really the nervousness of the moment hit you, I suppose. It's hard for me to put myself in the mindset of someone who is not naturally shy, because I am. I mean, I've gotten better about it, but, like, I'm like, dude, bro, how do you even... Gosh. Sorry, I giggled. Sorry, I hee-hee-heed. Sayori, stop being so... saying things that you have to be Sayori about. Sorry. Sorry, Sayori. Natural extrovert. That's the worst type. Gosh, introverts for the win. To paraphrase Lance from Pokemon Stadium, or was it 2? It's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Just recite it to yourself when you happen to be in front of other people. That's how I thought of it when I was Let's Playing. Well, sort of. No, even when I live stream. I mean, not quite as much when I live stream because I'm constantly looking around my window to be like, is there anything new in chat? Is there anything new on the activity feed? Is there anything new on is my stream health okay? But, you know, thinking being an introvert makes you special. Weak. No, it doesn't make me special. It just, you know, it just makes you introvert pride. I has the introvert pride. It doesn't make you special. You can have extrovert pride if you want. I just have the introvert pride. Ugh. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. Or in a video game world that's not real. It's your poem. It'll come out the best that way. I'm an introvert as well, and I kind of hate the culture around it. I'm sorry, what? Which part of the culture? I mean, I do think at a certain point, you're like, yeah, it's good to be introverted is like, you know, some people do take that too far. It is sometimes good to spread your horizons a little bit, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with being like, yeah, I'm socially awkward and proud, because even that, doing that in itself can help you break out of your awkwardness to an extent. Because once you're proud of being awkward, then suddenly, if you're proud of awkwardness, is it really awkwardness anymore? I'll recite it like I do in my head. Oh! What? Oh, I think I get the joke. Nice. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay, then. Sari begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. Match? You mean to light the cigarettes? How dare you, don't smoke. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. The fuck extroverts, I'm cool and unique because I don't need to talk to people. Oh, yeah. Look, it's fine if there are people that are extroverts. That's not the problem. The problem is when introverts are like, no, I'm bad. You're not bad. You can still be good, but you don't have to be an extrovert to be good, is, I think, a problem that some people face. And that's the problem part. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is, but going too far in the other direction is also problematic. When you're like, yeah, extroverts suck. That's also a bad. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. Oh, darn, if it was, maybe I would have liked it. It's serene and bittersweet. Sounds terrible. I want a happy-go-lucky ending. No bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Meaning I don't like very much. Sorry, what? I'm just Sayori that I don't like Sayori's poem. I'm Sayori! Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. Nope, not gonna applaud for her. I did it! Okay, one clap. Just that one. Good job, Sayori. Even Renegade liked it. Maybe Renegade did, but Renegade 67 and or 68 didn't like it at all. I mean, there were so many typos. Even though you spoke it, I know there were typos. Don't lie. Oh my gosh. At this point I would like Sayori because you're shitting on her so much. Oh my gosh, Tom's dumb. How dare you be a contrarian? Gosh. I joke, but really, I'm scripting stuff now for a video that I'm working on that's like with a script and everything. And I have typos, but I don't give a poop. I don't care if there's typos. No one's gonna read it. Well, I don't have to read. I mean, I do have to read it. Sorry. I have to read it, but I know what I said for the words. They're not gonna see the text. They're only gonna hear the words. But, oh, I told you. Tom's Tom. Tom's Tom. Look, you're funny, but you can fill in the blank. Even Renegade liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where the sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. Uh-huh. Don't bully the chat? Hey, look, wise fool. If I'm not gonna bully the chat, then what's even the point in live streaming? Like, I might as well just upload it to YouTube and then bully the comment section. But bullying the chat lets me be a bully in real time. Lets me live out my fan fictions of bullying the bullies. Therefore, please like, favorite, subscribe, and go subscribe to me over on Twitch as well, which costs money, but that's okay. You can do it. I believe in you. I've seen poems of yours where the sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. The protector of the common people. Okay. Okay, wise fool. I mean, I think you're also the protector of me from spoilers, but I guess it goes both ways. You gotta protect me from them and them from me. I thought you were protecting them from me, but no. I thought you were protecting me from them, but you're actually protecting them from... What's that, you know, reference to Watchmen? I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me. Yeah. Or something. Or is it the other way around? Whatever. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Oh, and when you do it in front of everyone, you'll suddenly take on the brownish color scheme. Their hair colors are really similar. Like, really similar. Like, one has blue eyes, one has green eyes. Yuri's got purple and purple. Natsuki's pink and pink. But they have blue eyes and green eyes, but then both of them have brown hair. Like, Monica seems a bit darker, but only at the top. As it goes further down, it looks the same brightness as Sayori's, more or less. If anything, Sayori's gets darker down as well. As if they're inverse of each other. Thematically, I feel like that means something, but I haven't quite figured out what it means. But it definitely, I think, means something. Theories. Themes. We are now talking over the stream now. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Oh, that's the line? Okay, well, there you go. A gate has both the function of keeping something in and forcing something out. Oh, you laugh up your evil laughs. You laugh up your evil laughs. Next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki or me? Natsuki? Humph. Don't make me go before Renegade. Oh, shoot. Okay, so am I gonna go first? Oh, let me guess. If I had done a poem for Natsuki. Maybe I'm too far gone at this point. Maybe I had my chance to do Natsuki route and it's all gone. It's all over. Don't make me go before Natsuki. Wait, no. Before Renegade, I am Natsuki. Maybe if I was on her route, she would go before me. Interesting. So what we're saying is, Renegade likes to be a bottom male. I mean, yeah. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Renegade lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. I appreciate that sentiment, Natsuki. I would never say that out loud, but I've certainly thought as much in the past, like, oh gosh, I don't want to follow that. Can someone else shitty go first before I do my presentation? Like, in class, in school, I've certainly thought that. Sometimes I like to go first so that no one's expectations are set. Other times, like, I definitely try to do it after someone who's bad. You know, there's strategy there. That way, if mine is kind of good and I go after someone who's bad, I look good by comparison. I mean, probably won't even matter at all if the teacher is good at their job. It will not matter in the slightest. However, it'll matter in terms of how the student body looks at it, and that's what's important in school, is getting people to like you. What? I mean, no, good grades. That's what matters. I mean, it is, really. However, when you're in school, you don't think that way. I mean, you do sometimes. Some people do think, grades, 90s, I must get 100s and everything. If I get less than a 90, I must ground myself. Some people do think that way, but a lot of them are just like, yeah, school. It's a popularity contest where you have to do stupid tests sometimes. Natsuki? It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. No, that's the Sayori poem. Go with the Yuri poem. Oh! I stand up and stand in front of the podium. Oh no, this is terrible. This is terrible, no good, very bad. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Just picture them all naked. I mean, actually, never mind. That would be even more distracting. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Yeah, well, do it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Oh, so I guess it was good, maybe. Maybe. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. Exactly, Renegade. Me. I wrote great poems, Renegade. You. You're just not confident in them because you don't see the nuance, because you're not the real one who wrote them. I did. You just moved your silly hand the way I, the act of God, forced you to. Harumph. That's something that'll improve over time, though. I don't think the 4 girls are dicks enough to not applaud. I mean, especially when most of them have, or at least 2 of them I'm doing the boner route for, and therefore they're going to clap no matter what, and therefore the others' peer pressure will probably clap as well, but, Maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. Okay, hear ye. The poem is called... Why are y'all looking at me? Because this is how this works, gosh. Because you're presenting. Humph. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Jump? Shonen Jump? Sure, I don't mind. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little, but not a lot. It would disappear a lot if she was on my boner route, but I'm not on her boner route at the moment. Although the boner route may also be the boner route as in bones route, as in you die and are nothing but bones route. So it's a double meaning in this case, unlike in my normal Let's Plays. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Maybe not quite as good as Monika's and Yuri's, and I mean, the plot twists in Yuri's were pretty great, but this one's alright. Better than Sayori's for sure. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. Yeah! Wow! Ah! Ah! She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Only mostly bad, but it wasn't so bad. Easy for you to say. You better not make me to do that again. I mean, in the festival, we're going to be doing it in front of everyone, which is worse, but... well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. Oh, easier than just us? Really? Because with us, ooh, maybe there's standards with us. You want to live up to our standards. Whereas with other people, you don't give a shit because other people suck. I could see that. That's fair. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. I like that mentality, actually. When it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. Might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice for the festival. Do I have to pick a poem, or are we going to not write a new poem? Are we writing a new poem? When's the festival? Tomorrow? How many days? What's the timeline on the festival? How many days until the festival goes off and everyone dies? I mean, what? Wrong visual novel, or is it? I'll be making pamphlets. Let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Do I get a choice in this? Jeez. Should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. Oh, can I recite one of someone else's? What if I recited a Monica poem? I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort for the club. Well, you know, I figure if I'm the only guy, I gotta give it some gusto. Because Gus is generally a guy's name. And therefore, a girl probably wouldn't be able to give gusto and make a joke about it by saying, hey, my name is Gus. I mean, they could. But it's less likely, statistically speaking. It makes me really happy. I love seeing that pose. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up. Let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. Oh boy, we do get more poems. Okay, I think we're gonna have to go to Yuri route, though. Because I feel like if we go the Natsuki route, everyone's gonna die. If my theory is correct. If that seems to be the thing. And if that happened, it would be just Monica left. Then again, that's not too bad. Although, in this rate, it'll be Monica and Natsuki. Which I think is not too bad either. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise that I went into Sayori's kind of route. If it means she's gonna die. I mean, I don't know. Because, you know, I don't know. It's awkward. It's weird thoughts. It's like you boner them for a bit, but then they become boners? If that theory is correct, which it seems to be based on... I mean, it seems to be. I have no idea, but... Too many coincidences, I think. Too many. Let's try our best to write poems for tomorrow as well. Wishing for people to die. Look, they're not actually dying. It's in-game, okay? Jeez, come on. You know? And look, you know, if it's like the Danganronpa syndrome. Like, if by the force of the narrative someone has to die, then, and there's only one person I don't like, and in this visual novel's case, there's only one person I don't like, then I hope that it's the one person I don't like. That's fair, right? That's fair. I mean, if it's a visual novel where you have no reason to think anyone's gonna die, then it's different. But it's a different mindset when you think, oh, someone's gonna have to die. It's fair to be like, oh, I hope it's this person. That's fair. Also, it's a video game. Stop judging me. It's working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. That's for the festival. We'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big deal. Monday's the big show. Time for the big show. Oh gosh, Gotcha Force reference out of nowhere. I think I even said it wrong. Sounds good. I should just throw out random Gotcha Force quotes that almost no one will get, because no one played Gotcha Force. Gotcha Force is the best game. For a while, I called it my favorite game, and I would still put it in my top 10 favoriteest games ever. But, like, nobody played it, because it got shit reviews. At the time, like, its reviews in magazines and stuff, you know, were not good. Even though anyone who actually played it, you know, talk about it, they're like, it's great, including myself. But the professional reviews are like, oh, it's... I forget what they said, but I like Gotcha Force. Tangents! It's like Pokemon, except with little machine robots. And a plot that doesn't involve gym leaders. I don't know. It's not actually very much like Pokemon, but it's like Pokemon in the sense you collect a lot of creatures. And I'm more of a mech person anyway, so being more robots than animals is more up my alley anyways. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. And again, it showed Sayori and, it showed Sayori and Yuri being like, we can do it, hooray. And not Natsuki. Too many times it's doing this over and over and not Natsuki because I think I'm not with Natsuki. Now, I wonder if I had just done Yuri twice or just done Sayori twice, if it would be hardcoring on one of them, or if it would just be with the same what they're doing. Like, would it be more because I doubled up on them, or would it be the same? Things to think about. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. And if it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica, oh gosh. Impressing Monica. It's already decided I, the player, Renegade, don't get a choice. Renegade in Universe totally has the hots for Monica. Can't say I hugely disagree, it's just we haven't really had a chance to go on her route too much yet. Although I do like Yuri and Natsuki a good bit. Anyways, I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yup. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? No, stop being adorable. Please, no. Please don't look at it and think it's adorable unless you want to do it with me instead of her. Or you want to do it, I guess we could take her as well if you really want. But, I wouldn't mind, if you want to, and, woo. What? How do you whistle? I can't whistle. But, you could whistle, and whistle is code for sex if you have a dirty mind. Because, most everything is if you have a dirty mind. However, whistle is one of those. MC-kun so far seems to have, a canonically, outside of player choice, to have a huge crush on Monica. I mean, I understand why. I personally can sympathize to an extent. Though I may like Yuri and Natsuki more. I don't know. Natsuki might be my favorite. Which is funny, because she's the one I haven't gone on yet. But that's because I've only warmed to her slowly. Where I was instantly sort of attached to Yuri. And I've slowly warmed to Natsuki more, but... Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Oh, shoot, you do want it. You do want it. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? I guess we could all walk home together if you want. I mean, until we have to part ways. It's okay, Renegade. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. What did you think I was going to say? I walk home with Sarah once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. Wow. I mean, 2 days. Not a few days. It's been 2 days. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Huh? Sorry. Sorry. I literally thought you said her. Sayori, I was spacing out. Oh, gosh. Sorry, Sayori. I was spacing out. That's me. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. Which part? I like how we get to... I mean, okay, keep your pants on. Sorry, fumbles with her words. And her belt. And her dress. Let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. I would say yes, in a heartbeat. I would say yes. I would not even think about your feelings. Your pitiful feelings. Huh? What would you do? I would say yes. What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Ehehe. Oh, well, oh, interesting. So, she's asking about... we have to make a save spot here, of course. She's asking about Yuri, possibly because... Interesting, so there's like a choice between Yuri and Sayori here. Because those are both of the two? Or would this choice be here only because of Yuri and not be about Sayori, since we're walking with Sayori regardless normally? I wonder. I'm assuming that Natsuki's not part of this because we haven't really done the Natsuki route. But, personally, always Yuri. Definitely. I would walk home with Yuri. I would still walk home with Sayori. I mean, legitimately, my answer is I would walk home with Yuri. But thinking in universe, that would sound kind of awkward. Yeah, it is the two girls again, as I was saying. But does it matter that it's Sayori this time? Or would it happen regardless because I'd be walking home with her regardless? I mean, like, I would still walk home with Sayori. I mean, I could walk home with both of you. I mean, if she asked me, I'd say yes, is probably where my mind would go. So I think I'm just gonna say yes. So let's just say yes. I'd go with Yuri. I don't want to lie. I don't want to say I wouldn't now and then lie later, because if you didn't do Sayori poem, she wouldn't give this question. Or if it's Natsuki and Yuri, you choose, she gives the question of choosing between them both. That's how they could do it. You're right, you're right. You're not wrong. They could do it that way.
So Sayori is the gatekeeper of walking home with people, is what it seems like. I choose Yuri then. Don't you peer pressure me just because you're right here.
Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? Ba-dum. I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I'd feel awful turning her down, so there is that too. Isn't she so beautiful and smart? Wow. You turned that around. You didn't just go, no, how dare you choose her and not me? I guess because of how Renegade worded it. It was kind of smooth. That has nothing to do with what I just said. I mean, it's not wrong, though. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
We'll see about that.
Maybe. I just like to think about it. It's not like before. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Also, wingmanning Yuri real hard. Yeah, it's like she wants to be with me, but if someone else says, if someone else wants to be with me, she wouldn't mind wingmanning either, which is rather respectful of her, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, hopefully I just don't need you now. Hopefully I didn't need you in the past. I mean, I guess you got me into the club in the first place, but it's complicated. Yuri has a gift for you. I don't actually remember that. Did she say that? I guess she is, she's a nice friend in that case. She's not petty. I like that. Maybe because maybe because even though she likes me, she doesn't think, maybe it's a similar thing how I don't think I'm worthy for Monica, because I don't think I'm on her level, so I think it's more realistic I'll get with someone like Yuri Natsuki or Sayori. Maybe Sayori has a similar complex with me, where she would like it, but she doesn't think it's realistic, so she's okay in wingmanning me if I end up with Yuri or Natsuki or something, because she's friends with them anyway, so she would enjoy wingmanning because she doesn't think it's likely she gets with me anyways, even though she would like it. Possibly. Need you? Sayori maybe values her friendship with MC-kun than any real romantic feelings. Yeah, not that she wouldn't do the romantic feelings, but yeah, that's probably... it's very respectful, and I appreciate that. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
Unfortunately.
No, if they were a replacement for you, they'd be the same as you, and I don't want another version of you. If you say so. The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. Exactly. W-I-E-R-D. I can't just lie to her. I mean, you could, but it would be awkward in the later as opposed to the now. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating.
Until she actually asks.
And again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? What kind of hijinks will we get up to by then? Alright. Interesting how she maybe dragged MC to the club so he could find a girl to replace her?
As if she also sees the future and knows that dark times are coming.
I don't know. Or maybe she just wants Renegade to get a girlfriend in general. Like, Renegade would like it if it's Sayori, and by going to the club that Sayori's in, there's a chance for them to, maybe hook up. But also, Renegade could get a girlfriend, period. That's right. She could be thinking along those lines. That's not terrible. I do feel like she's controlling in that sense. Life controlling. But, that aspect, at least, isn't terrible. Let's go ahead and make a save. And I think this is a pretty good beat. Pretty good beat to end on, I would say. Cry, depression, tenacious, broken, nature, cheeks, infinite. We can't do Sonic Forces every time. I think I'm going to go on the Yuri route at this point. We seem already, like, if we choose Natsuki, then we have all three of them, and that just feels a little bloated. Shippers everywhere, of course. So I think I'm going to probably do the Yuri route. I was going to do Natsuki, but now that I think the person I do is going to die, original content. What does that mean? Do my own original work. Oh, I see. Don't do a rewrite of something else. That's fair. I will do that. I felt inspired last time. So yeah, I was gonna do Natsuki because I'm starting to like Natsuki more, but now I'm worried that whoever we do is gonna die. So that's why I'm kind of gonna do Yuri more, because that way I'll get the best of both worlds. I'll get Yuri while she's alive, and that'll be great. But then, if they die, then Natsuki doesn't die, and that's good. So, maybe. So I'll do the Yuri route, I think, in the next one. And I think I will stop here. So I will see you guys next time. Still don't have an outro phrase for the YouTube video. Until then, still don't have an outro. Why am I continuing this? I don't know. YouTube video's over. Goodbye forever. Until the next video, YouTube.